Okay, so the first we talk about setup,
Yeah.
the grip. Okay, so you can see the changes now, how the grip there originally, we could see the grip there behind the sort of back of your left hand.
Yeah.
On this one here now, when it gets less blurry, you can see your left hand now has moved over, so the grip, all the only part of the grip we can see is this bit beneath your right hand. Okay, so the left hand's moved over more, which means now you can hinge your wrist. Okay, so you can get a better hinge of the wrist, which creates two things. One, keeps the club face square or straight at the target, and two, gives you more power. Okay, so both things we want to try and get more power and straighter, yeah? So the first thing now is the club you're going back. Because your left wrist was in the position it was, you can see here now there's not much hinge of the wrist at all. So when you get to about this point in the swing, the left arm starts starting to break down and bend, yeah? So your left arm is bending, and that left wrist now we can see is really bowed over there, quite almost a 90 degree, I can go that far, but quite a 90 degree hinge this way rather than staying straighter, okay? Now this was in your mind hinging the wrist straight away, which is why I said the thought of hinging it straight away for you is what we're trying to do, because in reality, you'll still go back with your arms taking the club away, no wrist hinge as of yet, and then we start hinging the wrist here. But at this point now, we're starting to get a flatter wrist, and there's less, look at the two positions there in terms of your left arm. There. See the difference? Your left wrist is still going a little bit, but I wouldn't expect it to go straight away from there to there like that.
So ideally, it would be straight.
Yeah, well, flat. Look where your left wrist starts at address. It's sort of flat with your forearm, top of the back, so it wants to be in the same sort of position. You don't want to be bowing that way, okay? But for me, you can see the width in terms of how far your hands are away from your head. So you kept this, you've kept that width rather than here they're all sort of closer and tucked. Your arm's a lot straighter, not locking straight, but it's straighter rather than almost a 90 degree hinge there, so that's an improvement there. And you're keeping the width or the circle we talked about in some of the lessons, the group lessons, creating that big circle around your body. The club just swings around your body on a circle. If the wrist bows this way and the left arm bends, we narrow that circle. Thus we come back very often to the top of the ball and top it. Okay, so by keeping the width in the swing as we get to the top of the backswing, we can come back, we can shot the bottom of the ball, we can see the club now has hit the ball up in the air because the blur of the golf ball is going up as the club is still going on the ground. So we've got the loft of the club to send it up in the air, much better movement, and we can rotate through there up onto that left side, but your weight now shifting and transferring up onto that left side. I suppose in long term, she'll start moving a bit more movement with the right foot there, just to twist a bit more. That'll release a little bit more power. That's something I like to think about a little bit more down the line. At the moment, for me, we want to just think about that grip at setup. Left hand grip is a bit more on top, so the wrist joint on your left wrist there is sitting on top of the grip. As you swing back, you're going to hinge the wrists as you take the golf club back. Create a wrist hinge here. What you're looking for is your left arm is here, the club now would be up there like an L shape. At the moment your club is about here, it used to be there, so it's progressing up sort of up the clock face, should we say, to a more hinged position. And you see the ball flow you're getting now, got more height and more distance, okay, because the lever in the left wrist there creates power. So, does that all make sense?
That does make sense. Yeah, it does make sense.
Very good.